And we're back with the second last round of the Swiss before cut to top 8. We have Shakeel Soopee on Grixis Dalva, a bit of a blast from the past, and Renier van Rooyen on Eldrazi Tron, the new powerhouse.
Shaq looks like he has a lottery removal and a snapcaster.
Probably not the best of things. That's a Ballista on one, I believe. If it was a Chalice on one, it would be a bit of an issue.
That's a blowout. I don't think Shaq can beat that. He does play Colligan's Command though, right?
Yeah, he does play 2 Colling's Command.
Sure. At least he has his way out.
And while players are still getting into the start of the game, we can actually have a look at a deck list for once. And as I say that, of course it breaks.
There we go. Okay, so Shaq has 1 Remon, 2 Mana Leaks. Mana Leak probably not the best against Tron.
Shaq is going with the Thoughtseize here.
Oof, the he has a very good hand.
Well, we'll
2
put it on so everyone can look at his hand. Of course, Shaq picks it up as soon as we switch to this mode. Walking Ballista.
Get rid of a Smasher here now.
Smasher, Smasher, Mastery Shaper, Tower.
Because it's like how many cards of Shaq's can actually get rid of a Smasher.
Terminate, Murderous Cut.
But I mean like
About that. Yeah,
it's actually worth it, man. You know
yeah, because you have to discard a card as well. I think it's always get rid of Smasher as well in this spot.
Okay, looks like Shaq's gonna take what the guy can actually play at this moment in time.
Maybe he has a plan. Serum Visions. Throws a land for.
Sees a land and
Top one, bottom another.
Shaq is rid of this Ballista though. There's no way he's flipping it over with this thing still on the board.
Shaq, I believe, on 17.
The thing is, I know Shaq has a really good sideboard game 2 for this deck.
The issue is that Eldrazi decks can easily steal a game after winning game 1.
Oh, 2-1-1 Ballistas.
Shaq may end up having to use bolts to kill these Ballistas.
I think he's gonna have to.
I hope he doesn't end up.
I think majority of his states. 1-1.
That's a problem.
Is that Tron?
It could be double
No, it's not.
power plant.
You would have played the Smasher, I believe.
Yeah, okay, if it was Tron, probably would have played the Smasher. So Shaq takes 2, down to 15
For the counter here, Shaq will probably respond.
by bolting.
I think he just bolted now. So does he have another one?
He's gonna shock himself. He has 2 bolts in hand. There's no way those bolts are going at smashes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The problem now is Renier is a land away from going smasher into smasher. Do you think it may have been a bit ambitious to take away the Mastery Shaper?
I mean, I suppose if you look at the guy's hand, the only card he could have cast was. But I mean, you have Expedition Map, you have Mind Stones. It's not like they're not going to get to the man if he casts.
Possibly Warping Whale in some main boards.
I think Shaq's idea was just let me kill these 2 walking ballistas, just try and kill him before he gets to that point, man. But I don't think it's difficult to say, man. Like, I think with the way his hand lined up, I mean, he does have bolts, like the snap into a bolt now, and like all Shaq spells are relatively cheap, man. So you could pump damage out now.
He does have a Terminate in hand for the first smasher.
But I mean, you're losing one.
And then the snap cost, oh, that is a Chalice on 1. At least those 1-mana spells can be used to discard and kill the Smasher.
Why did Shaq not see visions though?
In response, he's going to snap
Snap
and lightning bolt. Oh, mana leak, the chalice. That's actually a
That's
pretty
so-
strong play.
Shaq always has the optimal place, Choppy. He always has it. When did he mana leak?
He didn't. He thought scouted.
So what?
I think that this set of missions wasn't that good. He does need a card to toss to terminate. Not too sure what he drew there. It's a cryptic command.
Ah, Shaq. So good.
The problem with that though
Yeah?
is
The thing is
he
that-
can't counter the Smasher because of the Cavern of Souls.
Oh, sure. Sure.
He can't counter the Thought Not Seer.
What happens, right, if he... sure.
Cryptic or Demon, obviously you take the Cryptic.
I mean, Shaq's still not in the worst position now. Because the Smash is dominant resolve now. Oh, wait, what does he want? You count?
That still counts.
Still counts, though.
But instead of going to graveyard, it goes to hand.
Sure.
Although we just stopped taking Snapcaster, so the first Smasher will die. A Ballista for 2, that will more than likely get demanded. Top takes a Delver of Secrets, which he can end up playing alongside the Snap Demand, holding up.
I like Shaq's position. Oh, obviously, assume this guy doesn't.
If he never sees his fifth land, basically.
Yeah.
I think Shaq playing a land is a bit ambitious there. Because now he has nothing to discard if Smasher comes down.
What's the last card he's had? The Demon.
A Snapcaster.
Snapcaster. Sure.
He can manage, no, we can't.
Maybe he chooses not to do anything. And he's shooting back for a lot.
It's a Smasher.
Because it's 2, the double flip's 5. And if he balls the guy.
I think Shaq realized there that he shouldn't have played the land.
So Shaq snaps balls here. He's on 13, double flips.
Still only swinging for 7, needs to deal 6 damage. Had he held up the land he played that turn, he would have been able to terminate the discard the land, kill the Smasher,
Sure.
and then attack for 7, basically, putting his opponent down.
Okay, let's hope this double flips.
So the Dalva didn't flip because he got another Dalva. Shaq being extremely greedy here.
Okay, he's down 13. Don't think you can play that double now.
He's down to 6.
Yeah, so that's not too.
He can't play the Dalva because otherwise he will just
Lose
lose.
it, pull a Eldrazi Temple. I think Shaq could potentially lose here. Is that Tron? Because that's a big ballista.
I think he's one off down.
He's doing Tron mats. He didn't have Tron.
Oh, yes, okay, it's definitely Tron. That's a Smasher. That can't be counted. Attack for 10. Flashes in a Snapcaster. Cast to terminate. Not good enough.
Ballista down.
Ballista for 1.
Is it a ballista 4? That's more than 1, isn't it?
Oh, he only needs to do it for 1.
You Shaq blocks.
You can Ballista for more than 2.
Yeah.
Ballista for a bunch. Shoot.
Okay, sure.
And that was a fairly quick game.
It's definitely a tough matchup for Shaq.
As tough as the matchup is, you have to take every opportunity you're given. Thoughts using one of the smashes would have meant he just terminates the second one, his opponent has no threat.
I think Shaq needs to open up his hand with like
Turn one Dalva.
2 Dalvas, man, and just beat it. Like they can't stop you in the air, man. Does he play?
He does play all his dust.
Okay, yes, 2 dismembers. All his dust was in the sideboard. You just being 2 worm coils here. How do you beat that, man?
You stop the worm from gaining life by Colligan's commanding it, and then you attack
But
him
you still
there.
get another one.
The thing is, you do it in response to the block, so he doesn't gain life for that turn.
But Shaq has a really good sideboard for this though. 2 ceremonious, crumble to dust, molten rain,
Surgical extraction.
surgical extraction,
Uh,
sustainable stroke.
Ploy I like to make against Tron, which didn't quite work last time because I didn't have surgical, is Thought Scour your opponent, hit the Tron piece, surgical it.
Seems good. Seems good. I think Shaq, both sideboards, definitely a lost wrong.
Yeah, Crumble to Dust, Molten Rain, Disdainful Stroke, as you said, Surgical Extractions, Ceremonious Rejections, it's a lot of cards.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Cards that I don't think are particularly good, Mana Leak,
No, I think you take out all the
like
counter magic. man.
Demand seems very bad. Well, not very bad. It's
I
still
think you cut the
serviceable.
You cut 1 cryptic, cut the mana leak.
I
so
think
the
you
removal.
cut all except one cryptic, quite frankly.
all.
I think you leave one. Actually, no. Fatal Push is a lot worse than cryptic.
Yeah, I think like having 2 cryptics, like you can still counter like a Korn, a Ulamog, you know, like.
Oh, you
something that
can't count an Ulamog, it's still an Eldrazi.
Oh,
And the
That's-
triggers go on the stack.
it's actually a blowout.
So,
Look, I think one of the strongest cards against Shaq's deck is Walking Ballista. I genuinely think so.
I think
All
it's
his stuff
pretty
is
strong.
one toughness.
I think on Renier's side, he's generally favored here. A card I would bring is Hangerback Walker. It's just a very resilient threat. Another card is possibly Ratchet Bomb because Shaq's creatures.
One.
Actually, no, like Ratchet Bomb hits Dalva. He's not sure what Shaq's on entirely. I think Ratchet Bomb is probably not something you want to bring
If
in.
Shaq can go like Dalva into Young Pyromance, I think he has a good chance.
Like Dalva, Young Pyromancer, and then open up with
Just
terminate
keep
your creature, and then Thought Sees you. And your Dalva flips on turn 2, obviously.
Oh, Shaq's playing no ops.
I think Op doesn't work with Dalva, quite frankly.
Hmm?
Opt and Dalva is a bit of a nombo. Because you draw the card,
Sure.
so which
Nice-
means you
nice
can't
cheap-
set up your Dalva.
Nice cheap way to set up your Pyromance also though.
That's true, it does work a bit better with Pyromancer. We'll see. The player's about to kick off. We
Yeah, Shaq has the
definitely see
Ceremonious.
Ceremonious in his deck.
I know 100%. Disdainful Stroke as well. I think Shaq has.
Cutting a Thought Scour is probably not right if you're bringing in Surgical.
Sure.
Because you don't really have ways to destroy your opponent's lands, you'll have 2. And like even if you Thought Scour hit the Reality Smasher,
It's like Shaq left the
You
mana
strip-
leak seal also.
eh,
How many Gavins does he play? 4.
I don't think it plays 4. They normally play 1 or 2. Believe his list was playing a singleton,
That's 2 Gavins.
say 2 Cavern of Souls.
Okay, so hopefully, I mean.
If he doesn't
That's very good if he doesn't see it.
If he doesn't see Cavern, it's fine. However, it doesn't stop an Ulamog ability.
Sure.
And a lot of the time he wants to play a threat instead of holding up a reactive spell. A lot of the time these Eldrazi decks don't actually bring in removal spells for cheap threats like Dalva because you
Just
don't
go bigger.
really need to.
I just think Smash is the problem here, man. Smash and Ballista.
The trample is also very hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, being on the play, hopefully he can set up a turn 1 Dalva into either turn 2 Dalva and Thoughtseize or double Thoughtseize.
Shaq has the Surgical. Young Pyromancer. Is there Dalva?
It is a
it's-
Dalva.
That's the nuts.
It's the Dalva.
So 2 lands as well.
I believe it's 2 lands. There's definitely going to be a turn 1 Dalva. Playing with flip cards. as
Yeah.
one should when you play with cards that flip.
I like Shaq's position here. Just hopefully Shaq plays
His
the
opponent has engineered explosives though, I think.
I think you just throw down the.
It could not be an engineered explosives because it doesn't look like he has it in his deck list.
Does any explosives work with?
I think it's a ratchet bomb, so yeah. Yeah, it would make no sense that it would be engineered explosives, my bad.
I hope Shaq doesn't keep up this man league though.
Oh, it's
go-
an expedition map.
Just go
That's-
straight into the young pyromancer. Just take one turn off. I mean, what's the worst thing they can throw at you at turn 2, man? A
I
challenge
thought
for
not
one.
see it, quite frankly.
Challenge for one as well.
It's pretty strong.
Pretty bad, yeah. But I mean, this is like what aggro deck basically.
Dalva is a tempo deck. It's not
Sure.
Unfortunately, Dalva not flipping. Quite normal if you play. Like really, if you play Dalva of Secrets, it doesn't flip on turn 2. It's pretty normal.
Here we go, Shaq. Is that
Opponent draws a second Tron piece.
it's looking? But I don't think he has any threats in his hand though. It looks like he's flooded quite a bit here. He has a Mind Stone.
Oh, he's playing the Tron piece. He will have Tron on turn 3.
There's 2 mana to crack expedition map, right?
2 mana to crack.
Okay, sure.
Playing Relic, I believe.
Pretty good. Shaq, flipping.
He drew a Blood Crypt. That Dalva really is not flipping anytime soon. The problem with Relic being on the battlefield and having Surgical is your opponent can exile your target for your Surgical if they're smart enough to play around it.
Is that an Endbringer? That's luckily Shaq has the mana leak still though.
Yeah,
What is the power of Young Pyromancer 2?
that's a 2-1.
2-1.
Oh wait, yeah, his opponent is actually on 16. So, caught up in how this game's going that not quite keeping track.
Thought not see.
Thought not seer. I do not believe that is allowed to resolve, Shaq.
This will definitely get demanded. I mean, mana leak.
Man League, the Thought Not Seer, get a 1-1 which he forgot to get.
It's too late to go back now for 3.
Suboptimal plays.
Maybe it's calculated more. Might be a reason.
Did he
behind it.
calculate he needs 1 less damage?
He always has it, man. Just, I believe. Is it too late to
Yeah,
go
it's-
pull the trigger now? It's uncast.
It's a must trigger at this point. It's neither.
Sure.
It's his own. His opponent's not required to remind him of that trigger. And it's not a harmful trigger too.
There's no way to solve it doesn't flip now, man.
There is a way. Dalva never flips.
Chappie, you need to believe.
So Shaq is now just pointing out he's getting the trigger. I'm not quite sure if it's going to happen. I believe they're going to call it charge. It's going to be, the story is going to go, I cast a mana leak, I cracked a land, and do I still get my token?
So Jack will lose 1 point of damage here.
So Don making a reasonable statement saying basically that his opponent said pass and then Shaq said crack, which could be interpreting it as the Pyromancer trigger is on the stack, cracking the fetch land, therefore get a 1/1. It's not an elf, it's an elemental, that should be remedied. He is surgically extracting Thought Not Seer.
I like it.
I think it's pretty strong.
I like it.
He's going to see Endbringer, Ghost Quarter, Eldrazi Temple, and
Would you
the
not have
Waste.
cracked that relic in response though? Would you rather fetch a Tron piece?
You don't need to crack the relic. So this is the thing.
Yeah.
You can target yourself with relic and exile a card from your graveyard, exiling the Thought Not Seer that was targeted, and then stop the surgical from resolving. Unfortunately, his opponent didn't quite pick that up.
And Shaq missed another trigger.
He didn't miss it. The judge is pointing it out that he's probably going to get a warning for it.
Sure.
You should probably take the time to look through your opponent's deck, Mr. Shaq.
Okay, so the earring is definitely resolving next turn.
I believe the expedition map was cracked.
For cavern. So
The cavern is more than likely there. I'm not quite sure if this elemental has come into play again.
doesn't look like it. No.
Again.
Had to flip.
Double finally flips, showing disdainful stroke, which doesn't quite hit the smasher now. I mean the Endbringer now, because there is in fact a cavern in opponent's hand.
So Shaq gets in for 6.
Gets in for 6, opponent's down to 10. The Endbringer is going to be a real issue for young Pyromancer. And his opponent is still slowly but surely exiling Shaq's yard. Playing Cavern of Souls. Playing Chalice for 1. Playing Endbringer.
Maybe Shaq has Cryptic Bounce the Endbringer.
He has a Terminate in hand.
He's Terminate in hand, sure.
So yeah, Shaq could have actually attempted to counter.
Shaq doesn't get his trigger. He must do it again.
Shaq should have an additional 2 tokens.
Yeah.
Which is an additional. Okay, he gets the 1. Yeah, Shaq could have actually, if he wanted to, because his opponent now has Cavern of Souls, disdainful stroke to get an extra token.
Oh, sure.
Then the disdainful stroke will be countered on resolution, but he still gets the token. He's attacking here for 7, putting his opponent down to 3. And his opponent top takes a land, which is probably good enough for Shaq to win this. Cracked Relic.
Card. I mean, the only card that actually gets you out here is Ballista.
All is dust.
Shaq has a disdainful stroke, man.
Sure. And he can't name. Well, it's not a creature, so Cavern doesn't work.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, Ballista would have been the only way, but a big enough Ballista would still get counted.
Yeah. I mean, that's how Shaq needs to run it. I don't think he needs to side or anything else here.
And here we are seeing Renier side in.
I think Walking Wheels is really good in this matchup.
I don't see him siding them in. I think he's siding in.
It exiles all the creatures.
It does, but I actually physically don't see him siding it.
Oh,
I'm not saying
sure,
he shouldn't.
sure.
I think he took some number of Ballista out.
Oh, I don't think that's the.
That's what I saw happen, because I see him siding them back in, and he sided those ratchet bombs in.
I think you're bringing all 3 Warping Whales, all the Ballistas, all the Hangerback Walkers.
The thing is, he's on the play now, so he probably doesn't want too many reactive spells.
Sure. I mean, you can take out his members though for the Warping Wheels. I think that's fair.
I think he's got to assume his opponent has Tasigur still, possibly even Gomag.
Fair enough. But I mean, if you haven't seen it at this point, and they're hitting you with 1/1s, man, what's your
Ratchet bomb.
yeah?
That's it.
No,
you
Ratchet
are.
Bomb's definitely coming in. I think.
That's you sided it in already.
You got
Siding
them-
out all his mastery shapers.
Interesting. Is that the card you normally side out first?
Yes, doesn't really do much.
So just
If
go
you need to
big.
grind a match out, then it's fine. But this is a match where you're trying to
Go
race
fast.
your opponent.
Sure.
Or stop them from killing you at least. I think being on the play here, if he gets a good enough hand, it's probably going to be out of Shaq's reach. Hopefully Shaq can play this very cleanly and
I think if
get a
Shaq
good
can
hand.
just dodge the Cavern of Souls, he has a very good chance.
The fact is, with 4 expedition map, you can always fetch
Sure.
Cavern of Souls.
But at least it counteracts him having the Tron piece, man, which slows him down a lot.
He had a natural Tron last game.
Fair enough.
Without playing
The thing
any,
is, we know Shaq, man. He's not taking out his counter magic. There's no way.
which is unfortunate.
But it could be the right thing also.
I
Look at
think
last
it's
game.
wrong.
The mana leak wasn't bad though. It did help him.
If the mana leak was like ceremonious rejection, I could understand.
Sure.
I don't see leaving mana leak in when your opponent can easily get to 8 mana.
Sure.
I mean, the mana leak worked, but only because his opponent cracked his Mind Stone to draw a card.
I still like the Remon though. Just the fact you
The Remand is probably fine. The problem is Cavern of Souls. We also haven't seen either player really hit sideboard cards. I mean, Shaq added the Stoneful Stroke there, which didn't do anything. He had a Surgical, which
Just
ate the
dead,
Thought
though.
Not
It's good
Seer,
enough, man.
which actually didn't do anything. Because his opponent was actually not supposed to let that happen. I didn't see Renier get any sideboard cards. I'm not too sure what he sided in initially. Probably going to assume Hangerback Walker since he took out
it
Ballista.
must have been a lot because he took out Ballista, he took out 4 Mastery Shapers.
Well, the Battery Shapers came out now.
Oh, sure. But if you're on the play, wouldn't you want the 3 mana threat?
No, the 3 mana threat's only a 3-2. I think it's better at grinding a game out than it is at
Sure.
actually attacking. And I think he realizes that Ballista just decimates Shaq's plan. In fact, you can make an argument for trying to like extract Ballista in this match instead of one of
How
the
do you feel about
Eldrazi.
opponents riffling your deck? Do you like it? Like, what's your feeling on it?
I feel like if my opponent wants to riffle my deck, they should at least have the courtesy to ask me first.
Sure. Shaq looks like he's opening up with more or less the same hand. And let's see, 2 Eldrazi Temples.
Oh, that's never a good sign for your opponent.
2 Eldrazi Temples, 2 Mindstones, and Endbringer. Not good enough.
I mean, for your opponent, not for
Oh,
yourself.
sure. Oh, and a Chalice.
And the Chalice.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hand.
Shaq has turn 1 Dalva, which is probably...
Shaq does have the
too slow.
Colligan's command in his hand though.
Sure.
Which is, but he looks like he's a bit landlight.
I think he's stuck on 1. Could be 2.
Yeah, I think it is 1. Because I mean, you have to play the Chalice.
Plays
on-
Bloodstone Maya, probably fetches Watery Grave, then plays Dalva on 1.
Yeah, I think so. I think you just slam the Chalice for 1.
I mean, Renier's already moved to the front of his hand. He obviously knows he's slamming it.
No, definitely. Mindstone is 2 to cost.
Yes.
Sure.
Dalva of Secrets.
Okay. All his dust as well.
All his dust is only relevant if your opponent gets to Tron. You're ever going to see Chalice for 1. If Shaq doesn't find lands the next couple of draws, it's probably going to be GG.
The thing is, Shaq's hand is, if he finds a land, he can still drop the young Pyromancer.
And
It's
then
got the
untap
Colligan's.
Colligan's Command, make your
Just
opponent
running lands.
discard. And he drew a land. Attacks for 1.
There's a blood grit.
It's probably going to be Steam Vents, I think.
Oh, sure.
If it was Death Shadow, I'd say Blood Grip, but
I was only thinking because he has the Tasiga in hand.
well, that may be true. I think he's playing a higher concentration of red spells he wants to cast this game.
Yeah. To the Ulamog now. Quite a bit of ramping going on. So it's 1, 2. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's definitely Im being eaten next turn. Okay, flip.
If the Delver can flip for once,
Ceremonious rejection.
and now his opponent, well, actually, no, Ceremonious doesn't do anything here
Why?
because the Chalice is on 1.
Oh, sure.
Attacks for 5, puts his opponent down to 14. Can he even cast Tasiga?
Next turn, you just throw away some 2 mana spells to get Tasiga on the board.
I mean, you could throw away 1 mana spells this turn if you really want to get tokens.
Oh, there's the Ratchet Bomber as well. So how does Ratchet Bomb work? It comes in with 0 counters.
Yes, and then you tick it up. Then it destroys CMC X, where X is the amount of counters on
Not
it.
less than, just exactly.
Just exactly X.
Okay, sure.
If it was less than, it would be played more than explosives, probably. Becomes Pernicious Deed for 2 mana.
I think you have to just play the Imbringer here.
I think Endwing is strong, but I think he has to assume his opponent has a counter for it.
I think it's the Ratchet Bomb.
Playing 1. I think he's gonna play around Mana Leak. Yeah, plays the Ratchet Bomb.
Check roulette.
Believe it was a Thoughtseize.
Sure.
Attacks for 5 again. Puts his opponent down to 9. No, gets countered in the resolution.
Check you 1-1.
I'm not too sure if that was deliberate. At least he doesn't have to pay 2 life for it. And also he's not getting his...
I think they're just calling a charge. No.
Sure.
Shaq must trigger.
Well, they're calling the judge, so the trigger's still in the stack.
Is it not too late now?
No, he's asking the judge whether or not he gets a counter even though his spell gets countered.
Sure. He does get a creature.
He's supposed to, but I think they arguing that he
too late.
missed the trigger because the trigger goes on before the spell resolves. And he has been missing triggers every single time
Did
so
you
far.
slam all his dust here?
I don't think you need to, because you already have the active
looks
Ratchet
like-
Bomb.
Looks like all his dust is the plan, yeah.
Okay, all his dust happens.
And he's sacrificing Sanctum of Illusion.
And
What do you pitch here? Walking Ballista? With Sanctum you can fetch any colorless permanent, right?
yeah, any colorless creature.
And his colorless creature, sure.
He looks like he's fetching Hangerback Walker.
I think Thought Knot is not necessary.
Hangerback Walker is a decent fetch. He has 7 mana.
I like Wormcoil. I mean, Shaq is basically what, like a tempo deck? Just
Yeah,
put him
the
out of
life
range.
gain is just
It's just too much.
way too strong here. This Chalice is just shutting Shaq from actually having any players.
Ban Chalice is too good.
I don't think they can ban it. There are ways to beat this deck.
I think Shaq needed maybe like a cheaper artifact removal spell. Maybe like a Bifrost or something.
I think he needed to not miss land drops. The Colligan's command is...
I mean, his start was good though.
His start was fine. If he had seen a third land, his start would have been good.
Yeah. I know he's got his third land now.
But the problem is now it's probably a bit too late.
I mean, you can still Colligan's command
The Chalice, and then his opponent plays a Wormcoil engine.
You can still Colligan's command the Wormcoil, can't you?
You need to kill the Chalice or else you're going to lose.
Yeah.
See, if he was able to play 2 lands this turn, he could have at least Ceremonious Rejection the Wormcoil.
Shaq's gonna play a Tassiger.
Sailing his Yard.
I still think Shaq's in a good position here though.
This Wormcoil is a bit of an issue though.
Because the tokens you can Fatal Push, right?
Yes. But you almost always side Fatal Push out in this match.
I believe Shaq has one in that? Yeah, he does.
Sure. Maybe he did too far into it.
Optimal plays, Shaq. Only optimal.
The problem is he needs to get rid of this Chalice.
Okay, sure, that's...
Top take a land.
Does Shaq have any way to kill this Endbringer?
Does not look like it.
Do you just bite the bullet and kill this?
I don't think he has much choice in the matter. He could attack first, and then if his opponent blocks, you kill the Chalice and then shoot the Endbringer. And that's exactly what he's doing. Now if he has an untapped source, he can play land and then Ceremonious Rejection the Wormcoil that's coming up. But it doesn't look like it does.
Oh, that's unfortunate. How's the Tron looking? 2 pieces.
Yeah, I think it's irrelevant at this point.
That's just because if the Khan does get slammed down, I don't think Shaq can move from there.
Although technically he can't play Wormcoil at the moment. He's short the mana, that's why he played Endbringer last turn.
Oh, sure.
Because of the Eldrazi Temple.
Oh, so Shaq's actually not as bad a position as we thought.
He's going to sack his relic in order to try and find a
Is that
land.
the last Tron piece? No.
Yep, just the second copy.
I actually think Shaq's in a very good position now. Because you can play your Delver, keep Ceremonious up, keep Colligan's command up. And the Ratchet Bomb's on 2 now.
Yeah, the Ratchet Bomb on 2 is probably a bit of a misplay. Or rather a bit ambitious from his opponent.
Shaq actually has Snapcast in hand as well. Which means he has 2 Ceremonious.
I think this first Ceremonious is gonna be very, very strong. If this Delver flips as well, there's still a way out of him. Although his opponent just top ticked another relic, if I'm correct in saying so.
Yeah. I think you just slam the Wormcoil, yeah. You
Or
have to
attempt
just-
to slam Wormcoil.
Yeah. I think he knows about the Ceremonious though.
He
right?
knows about the Ceremonious.
Yeah.
That's why I said attempt. He could try and bait it, but
I don't think Shaq will fall for it.
if he had hit Tron, Shaq would just be out of the game. Plays a relic. Cracks a relic. Unfortunately for his opponent, throwing a Khan was not something. Oh, throwing an expedition map, however,
Something you want to see.
that is something that probably needs to get counted.
I still don't think.
I think with the Snapcaster in hand, you can afford to counter it. You can't let your opponent get Renier.
The thing is, right, if you on 2 pieces, if you have two ceremonious rejections, essentially, man, do you not just ceremonious the threat, snapcaster, ceremonious the next threat?
Well, he is going for the ceremonious here. I think you can't let your opponent get Cavern of Souls.
Okay, sure. Especially with Ulamog in hand.
He could name Worm, then play Wormcoil.
Has it ever been done in the history of Magic?
It possibly has. I actually think it's a construct, not a Worm. So that's definitely been that.
Okay, Dalva didn't flip, unfortunately.
Dalva, the card that never flips. Fastest 20 turn clock in the world.
How do you flip this thing? Is it supposed to be Seven Visions?
Yes.
Sure.
Well, it's supposed to be
Is that the
Brainstorm.
last round piece?
Can't see because of the glare. I believe it's another tower, and I think he already has 2 towers.
I think, yeah, it's just not throwing Tracer Shack, man.
I think this is a bit of a flavor fail,
No, I think it is Tron.
for sure.
Which gives him access to... onto... Oh, it's Ulamog. I believe this will get ceremonious.
Target Dalva and a land. If this does not get ceremonious, then Shaq is a madman. Ulma gets countered. Shaq has a Tasiga in hand, but he's unable to play it because no cards in the graveyard.
Oh, do you still have a Cardigan's Command as well?
No, it's a Fatal Push, I think.
Oh, sure.
He top decked the Cryptic though, which means this Wormcoil is not resolving. And his opponent can still Ratchet Bomb to kill the Snapcaster. So the Snapcaster on its own is not going to be much of a threat.
Do you go for the Command first or the Wormcoil?
I think you almost always go for the Wormcoil first because you're on 6. You must be thinking. Actually, there is an argument to play the Quan first if you think your opponent has a count as well.
Sure.
But I think being at 6 your life total is a bit precariously low.
Yeah, there's the Wormcoil. Stinging Cryptic.
Cryptic counter draw.
Okay.
The one goes gone.
There's a land.
It's getting to a point where Renier is probably going to have to crack this Ratchet Bomb to kill
There's a card.
Wormcoil. Chalice for 1.
I think he has this memory land as well.
I think Shaq just top decked the Serum Visions.
But
Yeah, sacking the bomb there. If it is a Cardigan's Command instead of a Fatal Push, it would be game for Shaq because he's going to force his opponent to dismember this Tasiga, I think. Actually, no, his opponent still has a Khan.
yes, this card is definitely going to resolve now. And you can't even bolt the card now.
He can't bolt his opponent, which is a bit of a better target than the Khan. Fetching Cavern of Souls.
You can't discount it.
Oh, sure. He's played into his own chalice. A lot of people are doing this today, it seems. This coin is just sitting there. Shaq hasn't realized he kinda needs to keep lands in hand so he can exile it to coin.
I mean,
I really don't think Shaq can win this.
not from Gone.
There's a chance he tries to throw it out and play for the draw. It's not worth it. I think it would be fine if his opponent didn't have a chalice on 1 as well.
Yeah.
Because his opponent is very close to just dead. His opponent's literally gonna plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus.
Hey, Shaq,
Flashes in a Snapcaster.
do you just dismember?
What did he top take?
Shaq does have that 3 mana sorcery. Destroy target land, opponent takes 2 damage.
That's just an additional burn spell. His opponent is minusing the coin to exile the Snapcaster. So, because they were not keeping track of Khan's minus abilities, he has to remember that it's exiled under Khan because Khan will restart the game with those permanents specifically.
That's a lot of mana.
Ballista for infinite.
I think so. What else could it be? Hangerback Walker maybe?
Hangerback Orca is still beatable.
Yeah, it's Hangerback. And that's 4.
A lot of it.
Jeez.
He just top decked another ceremonious rejection.
Oh,
So his hand is filled with 3 unplayable cards.
the fatal push must be hurting.
I honestly think leaving in fatal push is a mistake though.
You gotta know the state of the game as well.
You can see ceremonious and lightning bolt. Takes the lightning bolt. This is a spot where
If Shaq pulls
don't
a Terminate,
really think
a Terminate would be pretty good though.
a terminate doesn't do anything because
You kill Thought Not Draw card for 2.
the ballista's just growing exponentially.
And,
Yeah, Shaq concedes there. No point fighting.
Ban Chalice, it's too good.
Yeah, the chalice is what shut him out both games where he lost. I think didn't really make any play mistakes in the games he lost.
I think it's just a tough matchup if they go Chalice here. I mean, he had what, like 3 cards of
I think he was stuck on lands as well. Being stuck on lands was an issue. There, if he just had another land, he would have been fine.
And there was a lot of
He
things.
sided in Lily the Last Hope against a deck that exiles your stuff and blows up all your opponents. Sure. Well, we'll see you guys for the final round of the Swiss.